Hello and welcome once again to our great channel, our Learn, Share, and Grow channel. Um, I'm sure if you are already a subscriber, you will agree that value has always been transmitted and also received via the comment section. So, once again, I want to say thank you and encourage you to keep commenting, keep liking, keep sharing. And if this is your very first time of visiting this lovely channel, it's our Learn, Share, and Grow channel. Please subscribe as we will continue to add value as a community and grow. I am of the opinion that you shouldn't die with all the knowledge you have. As much as you can share, share, so that we can all grow together, so that your network can actually become your net worth. I'm sure you understand what that means. But if you don't, drop a comment and then I will explain better. Today, we'll be looking at a very, very interesting and important topic, and it's about leadership. You might find your way into becoming a leader. You might fight for it. You might be selected. You might be elected. Whatever way, becoming a leader might not be a difficult thing. But being a good leader, better still, being a better leader can be where you have challenges with. So, we want to quickly look at 8 ways or 8 certain skills and traits that you should adopt, develop, grow on to be a better leader. Now, the essence of being a better leader is to influence the lives that have been assigned to you at that particular time. You cannot take it for granted that it's an opportunity for lives to be under you at a particular time. Because obviously, for you, for some, it might be for a longer time. For others, it might be for a short time. But whenever you have the opportunity to lead people, to guide people, to direct people, ensure that you are doing it the right way. And you might be a leader in your home, you might be a leader in your place of work, you might be a leader in your community, you might be a leader anywhere, wherever you find yourself as a leader. Ensure that you keep on growing, making yourself better, and in this way, you are positively affecting the lives that are learning under you. Many at times I've come to realize that leaders don't know that they are role models. Leaders don't know that their lives are emulated. For instance, take the lives of celebrities. You realize that once they speak a word, once they dress in a certain style, it becomes a trend. So that's a clue for you to understand that as a leader, your life is being modeled after, either publicly or privately. When people hear you speak, when people hear you do things, they go back in their closet and speak the same way and do the same way. If you are beating your wife or you are beating your spouse publicly, these people also go or wait till when they are engaged, when they are married, and want to do the same because they feel that's how the society goes, or that is how my mentor or my leader do. So let's ensure that the quality that we ensure are the ones that are right at all times. So with this, I'll be going to the very first skill or trait that a better leader, because we are looking for better leaders in the society. Um, an environment or a society that is governed by touts, riffraff, pickpockets, lacks good leader. It could be from the home, like I mentioned. It could be from the school. It could be from their religious background. It could be from anywhere. Once you are lacking a good leader, once you are not a good leader, then the society gets to suffer it at the end of the day. So it's a no-brainer for everyone to try and be a good leader. The reason why this topic should resonate with every human being, because at every point in time, if you check your life, you are a leader in one aspect or the other. The first skill, the first trait I will ensure or our advice is strong communication. When we talk about strong communication, we are referring to ensuring that your communication is effective. Your communication is two-way, not one way. Some persons just like talking, 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 talking. A leader does not just keep talking, 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 talking without asking for feedback. You need to ensure that your communication, what you are trying to communicate, your medium of communication is well understood, well accepted. For instance, you cannot go to a French-speaking country and try to communicate purely in English without asking if what you are trying to pass across is understood in any way. At the end of the day, you realize that everybody was just looking at you and your message was not passed. You cannot be talking to an illiterate or a semi-literate in languages or jargons that are meant for literates. Do you get my point? The same way you will speak to a professor should not be the same way you speak to a driver. Should not be the same way you speak to a cook, because at the end of the day, their means of comprehension are different. So to ensure that what you communicated is well understood so that you can get the desired result, you don't come back and have to start saying, why did you do it this way? And say, I thought you wanted me to do it this way. So it's best from the onset you ask, do you understand what I'm saying? So at this point, I want to ask, do you all understand what I am saying? Fine. So clear communication, effective communication is very, very essential to being a great leader. It helps us put out ambiguous statement. It helps us, your statement very concise, straightforward, clear of all forms of ambiguity. And when we are talking about communication, it could be oral, it could be textual, it could, whatever form, your body language, it has to be clear. In whatever form you are trying to communicate, ensure that it is clear and effective. Be it with your team members, with an audience, a congregation, whatever it is, get feedbacks as much as possible and ensure that your communication is clear before you turn your back and assume you have communicated. Key point here, don't assume you have communicated without getting feedback. Make sure you get that. Number two, emotional intelligence. A good leader would always ensure that they have this quality. And this is because you are dealing with your own emotions. You're also dealing with the emotions of others. Now, because you're having issues in your home or your personal life, does not necessarily need to be reflected in your place of work or upon your team members. You must be able to control your emotions and also control the emotions of others. You don't react based on impulse. You don't react based on what you receive. You react because you are emotionally intelligent. You react out of wisdom. You react in the right way, not the way that it seems to be going. So if you are not emotionally intelligent, it gets to play your your method of leadership and overall in the results that you get or that you see. So there are lots of books, there are lots of illustrations, there are lots of videos that can help you build your emotional intelligence. As a matter of fact, whether you're a leader or not, emotional intelligence is something that you should understudy and manage. You should be able to understand and manage your own emotions and the emotions of others. It is very, very important. You cannot see a member of your staff visibly angry, maybe towards you, and the person is marching towards you with that anger, and you're already anticipating the same level of anger to dissipate to this person because you're obviously maybe older and you are the boss. The person is coming, and before the person sits down, you're like, you're already using vulgar words, and no, it doesn't show emotional intelligence. Now, a leader does not come with age. A leader does not come with height. A leader does not come with size. A leader comes with maturity. And emotional intelligence is tied, directly tied to that. Okay, moving on. Number three, decisiveness. A leader that is not decisive is not a good leader. It's not a good leader. A better leader is one that is very decisive, that is able to make tough decisions in a timely manner. Of course, it doesn't mean they are bad. There are decisions that will come at the nick of time, and you need to make them. You don't delay, because delay might be dangerous in some situations. It depends on the environment. Numerous examples can come in, but you need to be able to make decisive decisions. And to be able to make this, you must be proactive. You must have already anticipated possible scenarios within your environment that can ever play out. and already have figured out an answer so that when it eventually plays out, it's no longer striking you as new. You are able to make quick and decisive decisions. In an environment where an individual or someone is being sought after to make decisive information and the leader is unable to make it, and somebody within the team continuously is able to make decision, gradually that person will be seen as a better leader. So, to all the leaders out there, both by title, both by self-acclaimed leaders, whatever it is that made you a leader, ensure that you are able to develop this trait. They are not just limited to this trait, but one, strong communication, two, emotional intelligence, three, decisiveness. Number four, flexibility. Nobody wants a leader that is rigid. No one wants a leader that is archaic. Nobody wants a leader that wants to continue maintaining status quo. Nobody wants a leader that wants it business as usual. Everybody wants a leader that is adaptive. Everybody wants a leader that accepts changes. Everybody wants a leader that is flexible. Everybody wants a leader that can lead them through, because a leader is not somebody that is stagnant. Leading means you are on a journey. So if you are not flexible, you'll find out that with time that you are redundant. That's not what a leader does. A leader, it's a continuous process. It's a continuous action. So you have to keep leading. Once there is nothing to lead anymore, once you are done, for instance, if it's a project, the project leader is done. Once that project is completed, he ceases to be a project leader, is done. But here you have a team, you have a group, and it's continuous. You cannot be stagnant, you cannot be redundant. You have to continuous, you can't be constant. You have to adapt with the changes that are coming with every circumstances and lead through every uncertainty that comes across. You never should get stuck. Because once you get stuck as a leader, the entire team gets stuck. Keep moving, keep being flexible, keep being adaptive, keep being disruptive. Number five, vision. A leader must have vision. We all know this. We are only re-emphasizing it. If you don't key into the vision, if you don't buy into the vision, no one else will. It's when you buy into the vision, you're able to sell the vision. So, understand the clear vision for the future, and being able to inspire and guide team members towards this vision is what makes you a better leader. If you are not able to do it, clearly do it, the team members will also know the trajectory to take to meeting their goal, the vision. It's because you understand it and you have clearly defined it and clearly explained it, and even the roadmap towards achieving it, the entire team is able to follow you all through. You must be a visionary. Number six, empowerment. You must ensure that your team members have the resources they need to excel, the support they need to excel, the freedom, the autonomy they need to excel to be successful. Else, you have a disgruntled team, you have a redundant team, you have a team that is always complaining, you have a team that is always murmuring, you have a team that wants to no longer be part of your team because they are not empowered. Don't amass resources that you are not using. Ensure that you empower your team at all time. It's very important. It's a key quality of a leader. You empower people to grow. People become leaders under you, so you are growing leaders too. Everybody becomes a leader. You are empowering people. See it from that perspective. Because you grow people to become leader does not make you less. It makes you a super leader. See it from that aspect, not becoming a threat to your role. No, I remember a manager. He was an operations manager, and he was growing his team. They were managers, and the team continued to grow and grow. This suddenly they had to make these new operations managers, no, the new managers, operations managers, because the team was becoming larger. And all of a sudden, they had to create a new role called senior manager for this initial operations manager. Now, if this operations manager never grew his managers up, they would never have become operations manager. And if they had never become operations manager, he himself would never have become a senior operations manager. And today, he's a global operations manager controlling various continents. Now, that's the aspect a leader that empowers his team can grow to. So it makes you a better leader. Number seven, leading by example. Never say, do what I say and not what I do. You are not a leader. If that is your type of leadership, you are not a leader. If you're asking people to come to work early, then you have to come to work early. If you're asking people to hold up integrity and honesty, then you must showcase this, be in the forefront. If you're asking people to dress neatly and decently, then you must represent that. Whatever you want your team to be, whatever you want your team to represent, you must be at the forefront of that. You should not be a leader that sits at home and folds their hand and things get done, and then you come and say you are leading and taking the glory. If there is a research to be done, then lead it. If there is a change to be done, then lead it. If there is a task to be done, then lead it. It makes you a better leader. It keeps you agile. It keeps you vibrant. It keeps you ahead of the team. It keeps you growing. Learn to lead by example. Don't say, do what I do and don't do what I say, but don't do what I do. Setting a positive example through your own actions and behavior makes you a great and a better leader. Number 8. Remember, these are not just limited to this. We just wanted to look at this quickly today. Continuous learning is very important. If you stop learning, you're no longer living, and if you're not living, you are dead, but you might be breathing. If you don't take in much, you have nothing to give. You only give up what you have. So it's out of the abundance of the heart, out of the abundance of your experience and your knowledge that you can give out. A leader that stops learning has nothing to offer. So on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, you must keep on learning. Be open to learning and developing new skills to stay current in your field. Else, you become outdated and you'll be thrown out. Remember, all the things that needs you to be a great leader are not limited to this age. Everybody has different styles of leadership, but you could in one way embed this into your style of leadership and see proper progress. Feedback is very important as a leader. Any leader that fears feedback is not ready for growth, is not ready for change. You cannot see yourself. Others are the ones that see you. They will tell you how you talk if you need to change. They will tell you how you walk if you need to change. They will tell you how your style of leadership is if you need to change. So at the end of the day, feel free to ask for feedback. Get all this feedback, filter them, improve on the constructive feedback. The ones that are, does not really represent what you are, you can drop that. But in all, ensure that you get feedback. Therefore, allow me at this time to say, please drop some feedback on my style of leadership. Um, Please ensure that you subscribe if you've not subscribed to this channel. Ensure that you like if you have not liked in this channel. Ensure that you share if you've never shared any video on this channel. And most importantly, comment. It shows that you are a leader too that wants to give feedback. Thank you. Looking forward to hearing from you and have a wonderful day.